What loophole did you exploit for years before someone found out? When I was a kid there was a payphone down the street that if you put your quarter in made a call, but no one answered it would give you back 2 quarters. Went there all the time and called home when I knew no one was there to answer. I went to a sporting goods store and they asked me for my phone number when I was paying. I was in a bad mood and didn't want to fight with the clerk, so I told them our local area code +555 1212, which is the old number for directory assistance. Clerk accepted it and I left. When I checked my receipt I had a huge number of loyalty points, because apparently a ton of other people did the same thing. I called the office the next day and switched the account to my new address. A half dozen times over the next few years, I went and got free stuff with all the points that I kept racking up as one of their most loyal customers. Parking meters took credit cards, but they weren't actually connected to a live network at all times. The machine just confirmed the card number was valid and was not expired, then spit out a valid pass. So when my card number got stolen and replaced, I kept my old, cancelled card. Of course when the system tried to run the card later it would be declined. My car and I were long gone by then. Sadly they wised up and now it charges your card before giving you a pass. Worked out how to get the jackpot every time on a Connect 4 fruit machine in a pub I used to drink in. It would cost about £5 to £10 before you'd get into the bonus round. Then when you did, you'd play a Connect 4 game against the machine. You place the first counter, and then after the machine places the next counter, you mirror the machine's move. Every game ends in a draw, and you win the jackpot, which was £50. The pub landlord removed the machine after around 3 months, as it was regularly empty. Basically paid for my drinking and more for 3 months. One week the local Chick-fil-A put a coupon in a local coupon magazine flyer which was buy one, get one free, any item on the menu. Next to that coupon they had a 50% off any menu item. I carefully checked, and neither coupon mentioned cannot be combined with any other offer anywhere on it. So I ran out to the local grocery store and grabbed a stack of these flyers. Sure enough the next week the offer was gone, but it was too late to stop me. I spent almost 2 years as a grad student living almost exclusively off of 128 count nugget platters that I would get for 25% of the cost. First half off, second free. Place went under new management and they put up a sign saying they would no longer be accepting those coupons. Not entirely sure if that was due solely to me or if anyone else was pulling the same thing. I had about 20 coupon pairs left when they shut it down. Still ongoing. Thanks to a charge card I was granted top tier elite status with a hotel chain. I downgraded 6 years ago, but the status remained. The hotel chain went through a merger, but since I had retained the status for over 10 years I was given lifetime top status in the new program that was created. Used to work at Starbucks like 7 years ago and they used to print these receipts where if you filled out a survey it would give you a 6-digit code which you could then exchange for a free drink. However when you gave in the receipt with the code we would just toss it in the garbage and then give the free drink. So over a shift I would just keep all the survey receipts when people didn't want them, write random numbers on them, then keep a wallet full of free coffee. Since I already got tons of free drinks, I would give them to homeless people and explain it was good for a free coffee. Probably gave away like 100 free drinks. My old job I worked at a pretty large gym, gold level, like the 3rd highest level. Monthly fee was $79 for the gold membership, but employees got a free diamond membership. Worked there for a year and a half before I quit, but my account was never deactivated. Been going there for a while completely free, still not found out. Diamond membership is like $200 a month. Local casino issued a $20 free play coupon in the newspaper with no expiration date. I talked to the newspaper delivery guy and asked him about that copy and he told me he's got 100s of them in the van as they were a few days old now. I got all of them, clipped out the coupons and proceeded to make $19.50 every day after work for around 500 or so days. Not quite years, but pretty damn close. The casino never printed a coupon without expiration 1 per customer rules ever since. I used to live in an apartment across the road from a casino, whilst at university. They released an app where if you check in you get points that go towards free food and drinks. Because I was close enough to the casino I could just check in without going to the casino itself. Every Saturday I used to get a free burger, fries and drink and watch sport in the sports bar. They eventually scrapped the app. It was awesome considering I was a broke uni student. Got keys to a new flat on a Friday afternoon. The place had electric, but it wasn't in my name. Went to the electric company just before closing and the lady said flat 8 you say, we only have record of 7 flats on that building. Tell you what, glances at the clock. Come back Monday with the serial number on your meter, and we'll get you all hooked up. I never went back and enjoyed free electric for over 2 years until I moved out. Because I was a good student and rarely got into trouble, I was allowed to have my own phone extension in my room. So, if I was out past curfew, I'd call home. When my mum answered, I'd say, "It's for me. I've got it." And she'd think I was up in my room. She never did catch on. My family used to go to this campground in the summer and rent a little cabin for like a week. In the main building there was a little arcade, mostly older games, and a foosball table, and an air hockey table. What most people didn't know was, the air hockey table was broke. If you put quarters in, you could push the plunger to start the machine and then get your quarters back if you did it just right. A couple of years in a row were super fun, because me and one other kid that knew would keep air hockey going for the entire time. The arcade would be filled with kids who would often play other games while waiting their turn at air hockey. They must have found out after a few years though, because one year we went back and it was fixed. The arcade was also a complete ghost town, and the campground made no money off it after that. That's when I fully realized and understood the concept of a loss leader at like 13 years old. Circa late 80s. You could make a long distance collect call from a payphone and charge it to a private number. The operator would call the other number to confirm. We'd ask the operator to call the number of another payphone nearby and have a friend authorize the call. Free long distance for almost a year. In high school, our PE grade was based on improvement. We took a skills test at the beginning and another at the end, and your grade was based on how much you improved. So, once I learned that, I always sucked at the first test and then did miraculously better at the second. So I had a massive improvement and thus, a better grade. When Lyft first came out, they were giving away free rides up to like $20-30 if I remember correctly. All you had to do was refer a friend. So me and my college roommate just made a few email address, and somehow my free rides glitched and I just kinda had free rides for the year. Arby's used to have a take a survey on the back of the receipt and get a free roast beef sandwich. But when I got the free one, I got a receipt then too. I bought one sandwich, got literally dozens for free over the course of a year or so. Used to work for the BBC. They have, as you'd expect, their entire archive digitized. I was working on some cloud stuff so needed access to it to check some access rights. This was literally everything ever shown on the BBC ever downloadable in a ton of video and audio formats. iPlayer is just a fraction of what was in that archive. Took them about 6 years after I left to remove my account. So 6 years free access to probably the largest TV and movie database around. Obligatory not years, but I can't believe I got away with it. My mum gave me £20 to buy a big thing of a certain brand of cat food which normally costs £10.99. Now here's the thing. When I entered the store I was given a coupon £4.5 off that particular brand of cat food. The store was also doing £5 off the type of cat food I entered for. I got to the till and the food was priced at £5.99. I handed over my coupon and it was scanned so that the food was 0.99p. I couldn't believe my luck, because normally it says not for use in conjunction with any other offer. But here's the real kicker. The lady behind the till gave me another coupon, so you can bet your goddamn life I went round again and left the store with £22.98 worth of cat food for £1.98, with a third coupon in my hand. The only reason I didn't keep exploiting the loophole was because I had to carry it all home on my BMX. At my current apartment complex, they just changed the laundry machines, so you need to use this super shooty slow app. I found out if you press start on the app and start on the machine and then back out of the app while it's chatting with the machine will start, but won't charge any money. Been washing and drying for free for a few months. App name is similar to Small GS or Small Payments. The thing we clocked in on when I worked at Kmart would round to the closest quarter hour. So by clocking in 8 minutes early and clocking out 8 minutes after my shift, I got paid for 30 minutes rather than for the 16 minutes. By exploiting this, I was paid 2.5 hours of overtime a week. Cumulatively, during my time there, this added up to about 6.5 weeks of extra pay. I wasn't ever caught, though. Was living near and attending our local university. While working full-time in an economy in the midst of a recession, I barely had enough money to pay the bills, let alone eat. Where I live is very well known for its tourist industry and casinos, so I had quite a few friends who worked in it and would tell me about these massive employee luncheon cafeterias. At that time there were no ID cards or lanyards to be scanned or checked. All you needed was to find it and be dressed appropriately to the employer's dress code. After my friend and I did a dry run on one of those trips, in order for me to find it without getting lost I would go it alone. For almost 3 years I had lunch dinner for free, learning the peak service times and the dead zones. Even got along with some of the cafeteria workers and custodial crews.